Hey, how's it going everyone? This is DCSU81 and today I would like to do a review for this reissue of the Mafex, the Amazing Spider-Man 75. First of all, this isn't really a review per se because I have already done two reviews of this figure. As you can see on the screen now, this is the very first original Amazing Spider-Man, and the second one is the comic paint version. So this one is a reissue. It's pretty much the same as the original. Yeah, so I wouldn't go through the third time of a review, so most of it will be more on the comparison with the other two. So let's get started by taking a look at the box. Now, by looking at the box itself, I believe this is very much the same as the original box, which I have thrown it away since 2 to 3 years back. Yes, from here you can see some video comparison from my previous review of the original figure. I believe it should be pretty much the same, but to my surprise, I have actually still keeping the comic paint versions, which is very different because this is using blue, of course. And also you can see I'm still keeping most of the accessory inside. I'm just taking out the figure. Yeah, so for the box, I believe it's very much the same. Nothing much to talk about here, and let's get the figure out. Okay, after removing the figures from the box, I noticed there are two differences. The first one is, yes, all the new Mafex have this plastic that is holding on to their hands, which I absolutely love it because it really keeps the accessories in place, but the older releases will not have this. And the next difference is it does comes with these certificates of genuine products from Mafex. Now here's the Spider-Man right out of the box, and from here what I can see is the paint differences. If I'm not wrong, I'll do a comparisons later, but let's take a close-up looks on the figure itself. Wow, as always, I have expected the same quality because this is just a reissue, maybe slight repaints there, and it does looks beautiful as always from Mafex. Yes, I do hope that they actually improve on the joints though, but I don't have any issue with my original two as well, so that's fine. Yeah, just hope that nothing will break this time. Yeah, it's very beautiful blue that they're actually using some kind of metallic blue, if I'm not wrong. It's very similar. It kind of reminds me of the Tom Holland last suit from No Way Home. Yeah, very much like that kind of blue. And yeah, it's pretty tight here for mine. Yeah, which is, I think it's a good thing. I like it tight. Wow, so this does looks very nicely done. Okay, so from here we can see all three Spider-Man, and can you guess which is which? Yeah, I think it's pretty easy here. This is the original 075 Spider-Man. This is the reissue, of course. You can differentiate from the blue, and this is very obvious is the comic paint version because you can see some differences on the shading itself. So let's compare between these two because this one is a reissue. Oh, okay. Somehow the weight is a little different. This seems to be slightly heavier as compared to this. I don't know, maybe it's just me. And let's take a look at the paint. From what I can see on my hands now, yes, the red does seems to be more vibrant here as compared to this one. It just feels like it's fading out, but the blue does looks very beautiful on this one. You can see how well it actually reflected off the light. It's like a chrome version. This one is not too bad as well. Yeah, I think I actually like this better, but over time I'm afraid this one will become something like this. It will lose its shines out over time. I'm not so sure. I hope not. Yeah, but this looks very beautiful. It's an improved version in terms of the paint rather than just a plain reissue. Yeah, so it's a good one for those of you who actually miss out the original. And you can even see as for the eyes, this one is somehow the white this seems to be more brighter as compared to this one, but it's not fair to compare because this guy has been around for 2 to 3 years now. Maybe the paint does you know, start to fade off a little bit. This one is very new. Yeah, let's take a look at the back. Wow, you can see the spider emblems is a lot more vibrant on the new one. The old one isn't too bad as well. Oh, okay, we have the old one whereby it says Marvel. Let's see, is it the same as for this one? Ah, they actually remove it, which is a good thing. Where do they hide the Marvel's words? They put it here and it's on white, which is pretty bad. Let's see the comic paints version. it's even more obvious. Yeah, this one is just plain white on it. And let's compare with the Comic Paints version since we are at it. Yeah, you can see that it's very different altogether. Yeah, the paint is extremely different because this one does have a lot of shadings all over, and even the parts area does seems weird. Okay, yeah, so this is the very big difference in terms of the Comic Paints versions. And next, let's move on to some quick articulation. I believe it should be the same as the previous two, so the head can move around easily, the hand as well, and there's a big butterfly joints over here, and the torso can move. Yep, double joint elbow, yes, very nice. And the legs, yep, you can do a split pretty well, double joint knee as well. Yeah, everything else is the same. Oh yeah, there's a pull down mechanism on the leg as well. So it's very much the same as compared to the previous two. As for the size comparison, we can see that it's also very much the same. It's not taller or shorter in any sense. It's exactly the same because this is a reissue after all. Yes, for my final verdict, I do think that it's worth to pick up this guy if you do not have these two, or if you have this guy but you miss out the very first one, it's worth to pick him up. But if you already have the other two, or even if you do have this one, I do not think that you need to pick up the new one. And if you do have all two together, I don't even think you need to pick up this guy. I pick up this guy is, first of all, is I would like to do a comparison for you guys because I have not do a comparisons for a reissue before. And secondly, I'm just a big Spider-Man fan. And yeah, I almost forgot to compare between the heads. Yeah, the Peter Parker head, this one is from the original, and as you can see, the newer reissue have a darker shades of brown on the hair, and the skin tone does seems to be slightly better, as the older one seems to be too pale, I would say. Yeah, this one does have some skin tone on it. Yeah, pretty good. So yes, I do hope that you find this comparison review informative and useful for you to decide if you should get this guy, and I will catch you again in my next video. As always, I hope you will check out this review right over here.